So what's it like watching a postseason game as the owner of the ball club?
Well, it's better when you win than when you lose. So it was a difficult game yesterday, but today is a different day, and I think we'll do well.
Hopefully you have another month left or so in your first season as owner of the team. Anything surprise you during this period since, I guess, spring training to now?
Well, I'm surprised at how many 8-year-olds want my autograph. I can't imagine what an 8-year-old is going to do with my autograph. And I am surprised that the fans are, through good games and bad games, seem to be really supportive of the Orioles. People come up to me all the time and thank me for, with my partners buying the team. And while I think the previous ownership did a really good job in certain areas, clearly people were ready for a change. And so I'm the change agent, I guess. But right now we're working with a team that we largely inherited, and with the general manager that John was smart enough to get from the Houston Astros, Mike Elias, and Brandon has done a great job as well. So we have a combination of the new and the old, and we hope today to do much better than yesterday.
I always felt that playoff games at Camden Yards, and I got to grow up here and see a few, maybe less than I wanted to, but a few, that they were kind of celebrations of the town. Was that your experience yesterday?
Well, yes, I did some other things yesterday and before the game. And Baltimore, I think, is more attached to the Orioles than most cities are to their own baseball teams. There are other cities, larger cities like New York or Los Angeles, they have many other things. Baltimore has fewer things to make people excited about, and the Orioles is one of the things that makes people really excited. So I think there's a certain gravity that pulls people to this stadium and to this team. And remember, we've never had a World Series game at Camden Yards.
I'm well aware, unfortunately, of that. Yes.
So hopefully we can get a World Series game here at some point.
Yeah, I'm 40, so the last championship was 1983. Mr. Palmer is just over my shoulder here. He was a part of all 3 World Series teams. Do you have any memories of those days growing up here?
Absolutely. I was in high school in 1966 at Baltimore City College, and we beat the Dodgers 4 games in a row. I didn't think that would happen, but Jim Palmer was great in that series, and whoever heard of Sandy Koufax? He was overrated.
and young Jim Palmer beat him anyway. When you experience what could be and going through the process of a postseason, and you think about having the first ever World Series game at Camden Yards, what can it do to a town like ours?
Well, Baltimore would really be re-energized in a dramatic way. That would bring a lot of people to town for sure. The games would be sold out, and I think it would revive the spirit of the city in the way that I would like to do so. Now, we don't have to get to the World Series to do that. We're doing that now, but if we get as far along as we think we should, it'd be great if we get the World Series to be even better.
You've obviously been involved in your life in so many important institutions and parts of culture and the arts. A ball team is something very different, and it has its own unique standing in a community. What makes these institutions, a baseball team, so important and unique in a community?
It is interesting. I've chaired the Kennedy Center. I still chair the Kennedy Center. I've chaired the Smithsonian. I've chaired Duke University. I've chaired the National Gallery of Art. Nobody's ever come up any of those places and asked me for a selfie. Nobody's ever asked for my autograph. So clearly a baseball team, a sports team, brings people together, and it's part of the DNA of this city for sure. The Orioles have been here since 1954, and I really think it's made the city a better city. Clearly what we want to do is win, and hopefully we can do that today and go forward with that kind of victory pace.
So today's the day, you hope. We all hope that, but do you believe that today's the day? To me, fandom's all about belief and hope. Is today the day the Orioles can win a playoff game and force a Game 3 tomorrow?
We're getting next to religious holidays, so I'm praying more. So I think, the good prayer, I think we can get there, but with good bats too.
Well, hopefully they do wake up. Mr. Rubenstein, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it so much.
I appreciate your doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Go O's.